Catch shares are not a one-size-fits-all management tool. Sectors were developed in New England to address concerns about protecting smaller fishing ports and small-scale fishermen.
The concern is with the coastal communities, because we've seen consolidation happen all around the world, and we don't want that to happen. We need to find a mechanism to make the catch shares work within that framework so that they can, coastal communities can survive. So the small guy doesn't get bought out of the fishery.
Will quotas drive the small guy out of business? I think they could if the system isn't set up in a way that affords some protections to the smaller operators. We know that's an issue, so we should build in a mechanism to address it up front.
The thing we're trying to do to stop that is permit banking, where the permits would be held in a community or an area or a state like they're working on in Massachusetts. And it would be held as more of a public trust.
And we're actually trying to hedge a little bit to make it easier for the transition for the smaller fishermen in New England, make it easier for them to survive.
That's why a majority of us are embracing the sectors, because the sector allocation is pretty similar to a catch share.
Even though it will take time and hard work to get it right, these fishermen have faith that a catch share system is the best hope, not just for their own livelihood, but for the next generation of New England fishermen.
The transition period will be difficult, but because of our experience in the Bering Sea, I think we can get there.
We are amazingly resilient and incredibly creative, very smart. We're just survivors. We will find a way to work this out. There's no doubt in my mind.
I hope it's still fishing. I hope that this is still a fishing port, that my home is still a fishing port, and that there's people a lot younger than me that are able to make a living and support families as fishermen. You know, I want Americans to be able to feed Americans. I want people to go to the store and buy a pound of fish knowing that it was caught locally, it was processed locally, and it was sold locally.
There's a lot of knowledge there, building nets, learning the bottom of the ocean. I mean, I have a map of the ocean out here in my head. I know where the rocks are, the mud is, I know how it looks. A lot of this stuff gets handed down. So it's important to continue it. It's important to make it an attractive job. And it's important to have that local food supply.
I feel as if everything I have in this world is a direct result of the ocean having given to me. And I don't want to be the generation that screwed it up. Or I don't mind being that if I can be the generation that made it okay afterwards.
You're seeing now that the fishermen are the ones that are saying enough. You know, why should we be forced to throw our future over the rail? Nobody benefits from that. And I think that's sort of the sea change that's happened over the past probably 4 or 5 years, and it started as a murmur and a conversation, and now it's, you know, it's a chant. You know, stop making us waste our future.